Whew. Okay. I'm a little sweaty. Hi. Welcome. This is Russ, your guy in Guam. Welcome. This is I think week 5, right? Week 5. And much more off the cuff. This one is a one shot, one and done. So even if I stumble around here a bit, this is the one I'm going to get today. In previous weeks, I've been teasing that I maybe wanted to start talking about the program that I'm getting into, that we're into for the weight loss effort. So yeah, this is what this is. So just again, to sort of reset here in case this is the very first video. Again, my name is Russ. I'm living in Guam. It's Russ, your guy in Guam. This is week 5 in my series documenting my weight loss effort, but I think it's actually going to sort of grow into something more of a blog, and I might talk a little bit about that here very quickly. But I did say that I had teased actually starting like 2 weeks ago that my wife and I, who are engaged in a weight loss effort kind of together, that we had laid out a little bit of money on a program, and I might start talking about what that is as sort of a living either testimonial or critique. It's maybe a living, ongoing review, if you will, of the effectiveness of it. But I don't want to really start talking about it until I really have the time to do it justice. This week, what I'm doing is. I maybe start talking about it a little bit this week. This week, unfortunately, last week I had a situation. So the last week's video, week number 4 video, turned out to be a video mostly discussing life. We had a misadventure with the original scale that we were using. So I do want to update that situation. So I told you last week that we had a scale that broke. And then this week, or last week, rather than talking about the program that we're into, I was sort of updating that we had bought the best available scale that we could. Sometimes supplies here on Guam are a bit spotty, and as it turned out, they just had the least expensive scale that the store that we go to was the only one available, and I wasn't trusting it, and I'll say that for the time that we used it, I don't completely trust it. It didn't give me a rock solid reading. The reading would bounce all over the place and then just sort of settle someplace, and it was bouncing pretty wildly by numerous pounds at a time. So I guess over the long haul, if I had stuck with that scale, certainly it would have given me a general idea that things were headed in the right direction, but not. I wasn't satisfied with how it was. So I will say that this last week we were able to go back to the store, and they did have the original scale, the same model. We bought the same one, and I'm back to feeling good about the accuracy of the readings, at least relative to itself. I mean, scale's not calibrated. I'm assuming that it does seem to give a very good, accurate reading. But what makes me feel good about the reading is that I step on it, it boop gives me one reading. I'm somebody that sort of I don't trust the technology. Hey, I also mentioned I'm 50 years old, so sometimes maybe if that makes me not a technophobe, but certainly techno-skeptical, if you will, right? This scale, at least I get on it, and it gives me one boot reading, and then I step back on it, and it gives me the exact same reading, so at least it's consistent with itself, and I feel, good that it's giving me, some level of precision that I'm looking for. So again, we replaced the scale. It looks like I'm going to bump, at least for one more week, talking about the program, because again, I don't want to really get into it without being able to say something about it, and my time is a little bit short. This is, I'm already running at 4:41, and I want to quickly get out of here. You see, I took a shortened walk, and I just got back from it. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you can probably tell that my shirt is a bit spotty. I shortened the walk even a little bit more than for time because it happens to be a very rainy day. So I was trying to catch a break between the clouds, and right at the tail end, the weather rolled in, and so I got a little bit of rain on me as well as a little bit of sweat. But I got out there, and hey, so there's one quick idea for you, right? Don't be again, walking is what I'm doing to get my weekly or my daily movement in, my daily exercise. Today's walk was about a 4,000 step walk. I usually try to get more like a 9,000 step walk in. But again, hey, so that's the takeaway maybe here is again, something is better than nothing. Always be keep your mindset positive, and that you want to look at what you're doing right, and making incremental, and if hey, if half of a workout is all you've got time to do for a particular day, that's again better than zero. And don't be an all or nothing. Have that all or nothing kind of mindset. Same with your diet. I mean, you want to be on point, generally speaking, day to day. But there's time in life to celebrate things. There are, if you do happen to make a bad choice, just understand that, hey, I stumbled and I got back on the horse, that kind of thing. I'm going to quickly wrap then with the weight update. I think last week in week 4, my weigh-in was at 245. So again, starting on April the 20th, this being May the 28th, as it is here in Guam. So we're about 5 weeks now, 5+ weeks into the weight loss effort. On April the 20th, I was at 265.1. Last week at 245.8. So not quite at the 20-pound mark, just a little bit shy, actually, and that was an uptick from the day before. The day before I was at 245 even, so I went up like 0.8 of a pound, at least according to the scale, that week. So I was, slightly below, like just barely below 20 pounds lost, and then ticked back up to, so. But this week, as of this morning, weighing in at 242.4. 242.4. So a little better than a 3-pound weight loss from where we sat last week. Again, very good. Happy with that. It was sort of nice, gradual loss this week. I didn't have a whole lot of frustrations with, with some upticks and whatever, but it wasn't, where it starts to wear on you is when it's like several days in a row and you're flatlined or ticking up and you're like you were doing good. That wasn't the case this week. So come back next week, and again, and as I go on here, this is definitely going to become, I'll get into talking a bit more, I think, about the evolution of where I see this ongoing vlog going. And until I get a chance to talk to you next week, as always, you have a great week. Thank you.